Welcome to Surf All Day A1A, my YouTube channel. And this is episode 6 of the How to Surf Florida Waves series. If you haven't catched all the earlier episodes, you can do that by going to the playlist located on the channel. Today we're flying over some beautiful hurricane groundswell from Tropical Storm Henri, which turned into later a hurricane. And I would just like to walk you through some of the opportunities and pitfalls you might experience when surfing East Coast hurricanes. Okay, let's get started. Now look at this guy. He knows what he's doing. You see how he maintains the speed through the entire wave, doesn't overcommit on his bottom turn, and ultimately rides that all the way to the beach. Now, one thing you're going to notice if you're used to waves from the Pacific is that waves in the Atlantic Ocean don't have the same groundswell potential. That's because we have a massive offshore shelf. And you can see many of the people are simply taking off into closeouts because they are positioned in the wrong place. But as we fly up to the 300-foot range, we can see that the groundswells keep on coming, but that they are spaced out. Can you believe that anything like what we're looking at right now even exists, let alone flying over it and observing this cool thing? What a cool sport surfing is just in general, to be part of something like this. We have the shadows of the clouds, only interrupted by the seagulls which fly over it. And here we have a very seasoned veteran of the North Shore of Oahu, a friend of mine, on his longboard, demonstrating exactly how you finish the wave. And again, not everybody is getting that kind of ride, and the reason he can do that is because he knows exactly where to position. He's always watching for the peak, and he knows exactly where to be on the face of the wave to get the maximum amount of speed. It's all about the speed of positioning on these waves, even in hurricane swells. And you can see the sets coming in, and you can also see the mixed nature of the sets coming in. But really, on this day, it was all about getting on the shoulder, and if you did get on the shoulder, you had something like what you're seeing here, beautiful left. But there were plenty of rides too. One of the problems with East Coast hurricane waves is generally that they're over lined up, so you need to kind of search around for the place you want to go, but my place to go is always just where I am. Perhaps you have some more complicated formula. But look at how lined up this day was. Absolutely beautiful. There we go. You see that? A right. Just going down the face, did that one last bottom turn, and then ate it on the re-entry. By the way, no points if you eat it at the end. Very important. Another pitfall of surfing. Don't fall. Don't fall. Ah, here we go. Once again, demonstrating the process. Nice. You can see it has not even broken. Still way out above ahead of that breaking part of the wave, but taking advantage of every wave that had an open face opportunity. And of course, the Pelicans always know how to surf. They never miss a day. They're always on the dawn patrol. Terminal carve. Let's get a little lower down to the water and see what's going on. You can see another closeout. If you look on the horizon, you can see the ultra blue unstirred up water. Here we go, a little backside longboard ride. Finding the curl. Again, a lot of waves like this on a day like the one we're looking at, which are the mid-break waves, but what I'm always looking for are the perfect, biggest, bestests. You can see, on this day, we got to surf with hundreds of our closest friends. interesting story, true story, that happened on this day. A friend of mine who was surfing in the same area as I was had left his surfboard up on the beach and went up to his truck to look at his phone, and when he came back, the surfboard was gone. A lot of people from out of town. There's a lot of people on the beach. Day like today, it's a circus, and one of the things that can happen is more things. Look at how long those lines are. Who's gonna get the shoulder? It's often the case where you would want to take the high line on your initial drop on these very lined up waves, especially if it's tending to close out a bit more. You can see here we have Suppy Stan doing what he does. Paddling to the outside as the tide dropped, the opportunity for an outside set increased. But patience is the order of the day in a hurricane surfing situation. Often you will have intervals of sometimes 15 minutes between the significant set waves, which can sometimes be, in my opinion, twice as big as the last biggest wave you saw come in. I don't know if that's exact math, but that's been my experience. You can see there are shoulder opportunities, all about positioning. Look at that, got a quick little head dip on that. Let's see if anybody else stayed with it and earned the prize. Found a nice little nook. That thing peeled right behind him. But a short ride. Here's the lone wolf paddling for the horizon, seeking out the biggin. Now there were a few shark sightings on this day. A few shark sightings. I did see a rather large tarpon, probably about a 70-pound tarpon, sky out of the water on this day. That was cool. Oh, here comes the wave of the day. Well, not really. But that's what it feels like. Look at how that wave cups in on that sandbar. Is that cool or what? Ah, if only. If you surf, then you know what I know, which is that nothing beats a glassy, lined-up day like this. And when the water is 85 degrees, and the air is 95 degrees, and the sky is a cerulean blue, I think we're doing okay at that point. And that's another bit of advice for the hurricane surfing, which is focus on being in the here and now. You might want to avoid crowded spots, or you might not. All depends on what you're in for, because there's certainly plenty of both available everywhere you look. See that turtle roll? The classic turtle roll. That's a definite maneuver you're going to need on the hurricane day when the waves come in. So thanks for watching. Surf All Day A1A. Hope you subscribe.